subscribe to my channel. Like and subscribe to my channel.
welcome to the 13 days of Craft-o-ween. And we have a kitty. And we are now on day 7. Yes, we are. We are on day 7 of Craft-o-ween. And I thought I clicked the thing and I didn't. I see a cauldron. Okay, I'm going to look back up at the chat. But Stephanie was saying, I hope there is a witch and a cauldron. Hello, Jack. And then she says that she sees a cauldron in the picture, but I don't think we've made that one yet. And she's absolutely right. We have not made that one as yet. Now, I am a little irritated this morning, and I'm going to apologize. Your emote wall is not going to show up. And I'm going to have to switch back to the old way that we did our giveaways. And that is going to be using StreamYard's giveaway tool, because this morning I saw that on my Google Chrome, it said that I needed to restart the tabs because of an update. So I did. And I just checked, and I'm not able to log into the Social Stream Ninja, which is the thing that I use for the giveaways and the emote wall, and me being able to pop up your comments on the screen. So I'm not going to be able to do those things today, but that should be fine anyway. You guys are going to make enough things happen. But we will go back to the old way of doing it through StreamYard. So just know that we will have a giveaway at the end of the stream with the card that we create today, and we'll be just using that other tool instead of the one that you guys have grown. I'm hoping you've grown to love it. I also know my headphones were dead this morning, so I'm charging them, which is the reason for the cable. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started so that we can try to stay on track. I am going to switch over to my live chat and see who all is in the house. I do want to say thank you to Hey Miss Nerdy, to Mit Bunin. I'm probably saying your name wrong, but thank you so much for joining my YouTube fan club membership. I appreciate that. Jen did a check-in. None of the things were working, so that's why it didn't pop up. Danielle is in the house, ASMR, Stephanie, and Miss Danielle Brown. I just said that once, but she did the kitty a minute ago too. ASMR is wondering if there's going to be a zombie. I have other zombie stuff if there's not. I have no idea what else is in here. So we're just going to have to play together. We still have another week. So we got like 7 more. Yes, we have a bunch more things to do in there. And Ms. Irma is here from Southern California. And hello, Stellar Crafts by Pam. So let me see. We have Terry Cooper and Danielle Vegas and Miss Nerdy are all over on, and Jen are all over on Twitch. So when it comes giveaway time, you'll need to make sure that you're logged into the YouTube channel in order for me to be able to do the giveaway with you. Because I do not have the paid version of StreamYard, I do not have a way to do the combined thing over there. And hello, Miss Trisha from Northeast Ohio. Okay, I am going to change that bit so I'm not looking at something that's not going to have anything in there, because that's my Social Stream Ninja. And we're going to go ahead and switch over to my desktop. Okay, here is the box. You guys are very familiar with the box. And yes, this is the mug that I made using Artistry. So yeah, I am drinking out of my tropical Florida dolphin mug for a Halloween card. Isn't that fun? Okay, so here we go. I've been mentioning every day what we have seen so far. So in the package, you do have your sequins, you do have your sentiments, and I'll read through those again for you guys who haven't caught all of the other live streams. We've got Hope Your Halloween is to Die For, Enter If You Dare, Trick or Treat, You're So Sweet, have a Bone Rattling Halloween, we used that one yesterday, Creepin' It Real, Monstrously Fun Wishes. Welcome in, Miss Nerdy. Hey, how you doing, honey? I'm sorry. I already said hello to Nerdy. Now I need to say hello to Norma. Hello, Miss Norma. Welcome in, hun. Okay, wishing you mysterious Halloween wishes. Cheers to spooky sips. Happy Halloween. Have a fantastic night. Magic and mischief await. Positively pumpkin-tastic. I want a piece of you. Have a treat-filled night, stay spooky, boo, and have a hauntingly good time. So this is not one of the things in the kit. This is actually where I cut out of an older dice. I might have it over here. It was the Gnome.drive add-on. This is something I did during the workshop. Hey, in the sidelight, during the workshop we had on Saturday, because I was playing with the texture paste from Spellbinder. From Simon Hurley to do a lot of textured backgrounds, and yesterday's was gorgeous. So I did do a couple of die cuts as part of the workshop, and I'm going to try to use that on one of our cards today. One of our cards this week. And let me go ahead and show you the cards that we have in here. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, here are our 6 cards. I had to make myself a new little bag because I gave my other bag to my sister-in-law when I gave her some cards when we just saw them. Okay, so here's day 1. We had our fantastic, fantastic little vampire. Day 2 says, wishing you mysterious Halloween night. And here's the thing, they give you an example, and I'm kind of sticking with it for the sentiments anyway. But Miss Terry Cooper is the one that said, hey, why don't we make the eye red? So we did that, and love the gold splatter on there. I definitely am going to be doing more of that because I love that one. Here is our potion bottle, trick or treat. I'm sorry, your poison bottle. This could be a potion bottle if you didn't have the skull and crossbones on there. But it says, trick or treat, you're so sweet. And I made it into a little shaker. Then we have, I want a piece of you with a cute little ghost that is on an action wobbler. And I made some earrings. Let me switch over camera real quick. I made some earrings using that little ghost and some shrinky dinks. So we did that. That was on day 1, 2, 3. That was day 4. Okay. Day 5, we have a cute spider. And I used another product from Pearblossom Press. That was a Pearblossom Press wobbler I used on that one. This is the new Snap and Spin. Oh my goodness. Clean? No, really? Oh my God, thank you. I hope you guys are ready to see some card making and some fun Halloween cards. Anyway, this little spider spins around. And for you guys that are coming in on the raid from Good Clean Gamer, absolutely love him. He is super, super sweet. And he just came in with 13 of his folks. So thank you so much, guys. I am Debbie with Debbie J's Crafting Corner. Yeah. In Debbie J's Crafting Corner. And I do a lot of card making. Yeah, I make a lot of cards. And we are right in the middle of the 13 days of Craft-o-ween using the Spellbinders 13 days of Craft-o-ween Advent box. So we are basically opening up something new every day. And so far, I've done all of these live. And right now, I'm just showing them the cards that I'm showing everybody the cards that we've made so far. So here is day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, and day 5 with a spinning spider using a new product from Pearblossom Press. And then yesterday was day 6, and for day 6 we did this one. So the background I made during a workshop that I held this last Saturday, and I made a dancing card. I probably should have had him lower, but that's okay. I made a dancing card with dies that were not designed to be dancing. So yeah, he dances. Love it. Anyway, super cute little skeleton. So those are what we have so far. I'm going to put them back in my little bag here. Okay, and we're going to open up day 7. Day 7. Stellar says, you're good. I've only made little die cut pieces and put them together. I haven't made any cards yet. And Clean says he loves the smiley ghost. I know. Well, I also made earrings, by the way. I made earrings using Shrinky Dinks. Do you remember Shrinky Dinks from when you were probably a kid? Or you might have done this with your son. But yeah, I made little Shrinky Dinks using the same little ghost and turned them into little earrings. So yeah, makes jewelry too. It's so cool. All right, back down to this one, so I'm going to put the rest of this away. We will be using the stamp set today. We might use the sequins. I don't know. But let me put the box away. And let's open up day 7. I'm actually doing pretty good. It's like only 11 minutes in, and I'm already opening. I think yesterday we were like at 15 or so in. So did faster today. Okay, so day 7. Now the image on the front is not what is inside. It is what's probably going to be in one of the packages, because most of them kind of matched. I already got my magnet ready, so I can put my dies on that. Okay, so for this one, this one we have some spell books and candles. Okay, and it says magic and mischief await. You guys know, first thought that went into my head is something I'm not going to do on this live stream, but I will at some point be making these into a light up card, because I gotta, right? I could do, I can't do it today. No, I may save this for my design team project that's coming up on the 11th. I don't know. I've seen some other things I might want to add lights to. That's the thing. I see lots of things I want to add lights to. So we've got our candles, and we've got the top of the candles with the wicks and the base part of the flame. And then we have a second color for the flame. Okay. And looking at this, I'm thinking I may color these with markers. I don't know. Coloring them with markers does take a little bit longer. Jen has got skulls. Why did you put skulls? Open the card and burst into flames. No, we're not going to do that. And here is our sentiment that is spellbound. Now, Spellbinders does do quite a few of them that are basically like this, that look like this, but that have got a backing. And this time they didn't provide us with a backing. Instead, they've just got that. So, I don't know. I don't know if we're going to do anything different with that. And then we have 2 books. Halloweeny, yes, absolutely. Well, hello, Miss Wendy, and hello, Trisha. Welcome in. From the drippy candles makes you think of wax, possibly a wax seal. I did come across, yeah, I didn't know where it was. You know how you have something and then you forget where you put it, and you thought you put it away, but then you look through the stuff and you can't find it. So I was looking through my wax seals and couldn't find this. And then I look in my drawer that has like extra tools and things that I keep close, including my little spoons. And I've got this little guy that came with my furnace, and there was a wax seal stuck in there. It's like, I mean, the stamp was stuck in there, and that one is my ghost. So I could do that, but that would make this one a longer live stream. So I'm probably going to do that on a later one. But yeah, so there's going to be more Halloween cards coming up even after we finish up with Craft-o-ween, okay? But here are the things that we have right now. So, I'm just looking at that. ASMR says, I do that a lot with my wallet. Oh, thinking that there's something that's supposed to be in there and then it's not. And Trisha says, yes, oh boy. And Wendy says, I love Halloween cards. I know you do. I think that's probably the time I see your name in the chat more often is when we're doing Halloween. Also, for you guys that are watching the replay or are new here, down here at the bottom, on YouTube it doesn't happen. On Twitch it's not so big a deal because this happens on all Twitch ones. But I do have a caution tape. That says the chat may take over the live stream. You know why I've got that there? Because if you're watching the live stream, watching the replay, you may not know that things are going to pop up on the screen that have nothing to do with me. It's the chat doing what the chat does. Okay, so I want to just warn you that may happen. So stick around, have fun with us, and join us on the next time we go live. I'm going to put this. Well, no, I'm not. Like this. Thank you, Nerdy. Thank you, Nerdy. I'm going to leave this out so I can see this one is basically the inspiration to show exactly how everything goes together. Stephanie says, I love Halloween too. Halloween crafting is the best. You get to play, you get to try out things, and you get to
I love you.
Yeah, you get
Now,
to
back to our show.
kind of sort of make mistakes, and it's supposed to look like that. Jen, of course, is saying we're innocent. She said that yesterday too, and she was not innocent. Okay, this morning I have also cleaned my desk because, yeah, and we have a zombie. Although I may not use this one today, this is I told you guys I have 2 platinum 6s. The issue with this one was the little tabs that hold the handle on broke, but the thing works fine. So I have attached. Has Norma been naughty or nice? Looks like she has been nice. Yay, Stephanie says, I'm not innocent. I love it. So I did go ahead and add this on there because I plan on doing a lot of die cutting. So this is that handle that I've got it on my regular die cutting machine, although my grip, because it's this foam thing. I need to put it on. I need to get another one and put it on my Scout because I love this. But you see, I can't die cut here. So if I have it off the edge of my desk, I can die cut with it, which means I'm gonna do a lot of die cutting today. So I think I'm gonna let my hand rest a little bit and do that. Debbie, the effects and audio effects are out of sync. Well, I'm sorry, honey. I'm not going to fix it right now. I don't know why they're out of sync. I haven't noticed it yet, but you never know. I have noticed something weird on Chrome. I'll have a tab open. I will be listening to it. I will click on some other part of my screen, and it just kind of stops making sound. I have no idea why that is happening. It was doing it before between tabs. Sometimes it would pause a tab, but right now it has basically made it so if I'm doing anything else, my tabs are not necessarily working, so I won't necessarily see it. If you have a timestamp, I'm going to have to write that one down. That one's actually in sync. The welcome's in sync. Hey, Bethany, 1,000 phone calls. What? Bethany says, I'm working at 1,000 phone calls and watching the littles destroy the house. And she said it's not out of sync here. So it might be your browser, Ruth. I have no idea. I just have seen some weird stuff on Google Chrome lately. Okay, I'm going to move that little guy out of the way. And I'm going to go ahead and take out my Scout. I love this little machine. And it is great for these little die sets because everything is going to fit perfect on there. And I kind of like where they've got white candles, but I could do black candles. Huh. Kind of thinking both. Bethany says that she is on her phone. Maureen says that she's having issues too. So again, I have no idea. Okay. They're out of sync. You get the picture and then a minute you get the sound. That could be a delay on my computer then. It's possible. It's possible. I tried to time everything as best I could, but doesn't mean that it actually worked. So I'm looking through some of the scraps that we've been using the last few days. I do have some regular panels. Put my panels over here. Hey Sandy, welcome in. I have some white scraps. I have some black scraps. Have glitter again. Have purple. Have red. So I've got a couple of ideas in my brain, believe it or not. Yes, Debbie sometimes has a brain. Brown. What color spellbooks do we want? Kind of want, I don't know if I want them bright. I kind of want them to be dark and grungy. All right, we're going to start off, I think, with some candles. And I think I'm going to do some of each color. So here's some red. I'll go ahead and do that. And think I'm going to do at least one of the books in red too. We're going to do that. Just slide this down a little bit because I do have plenty of room on here. Could do 2 books. I think I have room to do both of the books in red. Doesn't mean I'm going to do only. Maybe if you exit YouTube, I'm not going to exit YouTube completely. Okay, so we've got Maureen saying which I need to pull up and make sure that it happens. So there's the witch. And then Norma says, don't talk about Debbie that way. We love her. And then Bethany was saying maybe exit YouTube completely and come back. And then she did mention them. Maybe if they do it. Yeah, I'm not going to do it because that would really screw up everything. But it's also possible that the delay, because that's actually a command I use in StreamerBot, it's possible that the delay is not working for whatever reason. I have no idea. If it was working yesterday, it should be working today because I didn't change anything. I haven't had time to do much changing of anything. So we have a couple of books. Okay. And then we have some red candles. Okay, so now somebody was saying they wanted black glitter candles, so I'll try that. I have no idea how well that's gonna look. I have a feeling that I'll need to do part of it. Part of it might, but you're not going to be able to see the detail on it in the black glitter, but we haven't been able to see the detail in the black glitter on anything else, right? So going back and forth and back and forth. That's something else I want to do. The Todd is not home today, so I'm going to get out one of our big ladders and adjust some lights. We've got, yeah, that was not wanting to cut through. So this one, I told you guys that sometimes I have problems when it comes to cutting through glitter cardstock. This glitter cardstock came from Spellbinders, so it is a higher quality than the stuff that I've been using the last few days. So this backing, though, is kind of plasticky. Stephanie says, what about purple glitter books? I could definitely do that too. I'm going to just grab one of these to act as a shim. And we're going to try it with a shim. So I really don't want to take out and use one of my bigger die cutting machines just for this one little guy, you know? Ruth says, hi, Ruth. Well, I skipped highs today in case I get another call. Okay, let's see if it cut through that time. And it did. It was still struggling, so it's cutting most of the way through with that shim. So yeah, if you have trouble with die cutting anything out, try a shim. It could be that. Wendy says, I must go. We've got dinner. It's 6:30 there. Look for the replay. Fabulous. We will see you guys later, honey, and I hope you catch the replay. And leave me a comment in there. Anytime you leave a comment or share the video or any of those things, it definitely helps with the algorithm so that YouTube will share this out to more folks and we can get some more friends in here. Okay, so I did a red. I did a black. I'm going to do another black. So we did one black glitter and we're going to do one that is going to be black, just matte black. I think I want a purple book. I'm probably going to do a purple glitter book too. I decided I need to watch you on TV instead. I can see it better. What? Does that mean I need to zoom? I can zoom. Hit that button and then hit the other button. Okay, so hopefully that helps. It kind of scares me when you say you're going to watch on TV. So I'm going to do a couple of purple books. Does this tell you that I think that this is a set that is very versatile? It doesn't have to be Halloween. The only thing that makes it Halloween is the sentiments. You can have, and whatever colors you decide to use and what kind of background you do. So you could use this into you can use this anyway. Norma says no, it means I'm blind. No. Okay, hey Miss Dawn. Welcome, welcome, honey. I do have to stop making so many of these though, because, and I know I'm not going to use them all. I'm going to have to start putting it together because otherwise we're not going to be done at one, and that's kind of the plan. Okay, that one's a little bit ripped. That's okay. Okay, so red books, purple books, and red books, purple books. Did I do any black? I did not do any black. I think I'm going to do a couple black ones. I was going to do some brown because that would be kind of dark. Is that, will that fit? Yeah, that will barely fit through there. And need to make sure I've got them at an angle because one of my purple books did not want to do quite right because it wasn't at an angle when it went through. So a little bit of it didn't want to cut. So that's just a reminder. Yeah, making sure it is on my magic mat. And I just squished part of the paper because the cardstock wasn't quite narrow enough. That's okay. So now we have some brown books. And really kind of messed up paper. Yeah, anyway. Nothing else going on in the chat. I am checking on the chat a lot. I do that. You guys know this. We also have these pieces, which are... This one I know is for the spine of the one book. Oh, and the other one is a bookmark. Okay, so we can do those in basically in the same colors or contrasting colors. Let me start with the purple. So we have the purple. Did I do a purple? I did not do a purple candle. Let's do purple candle at the same time. Okay, so Linda apparently retracted a message, but I get to see it anyway. It says, "Hi Dawn, love your craft room." Oh, and then she changes it to, "Love the way your craft room turned out." So that makes sense. Okay, so we have so this one is the spine for one of our books, and we can put it on any of the books. Okay. And then we have our a little teeny weeny little bookmark. So that's like a ribbon bookmark. And then we have some more candles. Okay. And since we have purple bookmark, why not make a red one? What else do I have to cut out? So we've got more spines we need. We also need this part, which is going to be the inside, the pages. So I'm going to do that. I'm also going to do this do another candle out of white. We don't have a white one in here yet. I always try to make sure I'm using my cardstock well. Use up as much of the card as I can so I don't have to throw out as much, and sometimes it doesn't want to work quite right. Okay, that'll be good enough. I'm going to say that's going to be good enough. Bump, bump, bump. And that one is really not wanting, it's wanting to go straight. I'm trying to make sure it's not a straight line going into the machine so that it'll actually cut all the way. Okay, so we will have some ads going on over on Twitch. If you're not familiar with the way that that works, you can avoid the ads by just... Did that shift? I think it worked okay. I think I did cut off a little bit of my little ribbon, and I may have to recut it if I want to use it. But, okay, it does have the little the little end. So that's fine. Okay, that one worked out okay. You can, if you decide to sub to the channel or use your Amazon Prime, then you can avoid having to deal with the ads over there. YouTube, I do not have the ads on during the live. You will have them watching the replay, but you won't miss anything because you're watching the replay. So now we have some white candles and we have the inside of a couple of books. So I'm going to go ahead and start assembling part of it. I'm going to keep on die cutting, so this is only going to move a little bit out of the way. And Jen is doing a finger snap over there on Twitch. So this piece is basically the inside of the book, the pages. And I want to make sure I don't spill anything. I actually cleaned my desk, meaning I took stuff off and I dusted because everything was covered in dust. I think it's probably been at least a month or so since the last time I dusted in here. So I cleaned that. After my nose decided, as I'm putting on my makeup this morning, I just kept on sneezing and sneezing and sneezing. And it was just like, what the heck? So when I came in here, it's like, you know what? I'm cleaning out everything. I am actually dusting everything. Doesn't feel like there's a clog. I don't know why it wasn't wanting to come out. There we go. Put Groot up there out of my way so I don't knock him over. I have a little Groot coffee cup, which you can't really drink out of anyway, because that would kind of be difficult to drink out of him. So I use him to hold my cough drops, and those I basically have out here for when my throat gets real dry and that sort of thing. So we have one book. There we go. And then this one goes for the other side, for the other book. And it's just the pages in there. So we have 2 books ready. I'm going to go ahead and cut out some more of those, I think. And we're just going to finish putting all of our books together. Yeah, I love it. Well, there's Todd. If I like something, Todd will get me something like that for Christmas or whatever. So I've got that. We've got a couple of little Groot planters. And I think both of them have got a little agave. So you've got the spikiness coming up out of his head. So we've got a couple of those. They're just cute. And mostly he gets me coffee mugs. He does get me coffee mugs. And it always has to be something amusing, you know? It has to be something amusing. Okay. So I'll do my purple ones. Yeah, these are super easy to put together. Y'all didn't really need to see me do this, but you know what? We're having fun anyway. And then I have to decide what background I want to use once I get all these things cut out. This is, like I said, this is a really easy one. And you can follow the diagram right there. Coffee mugs are great. Yes, I know. But you can follow the design and do it exactly as that. Or you can use a little imagination and creativity and make it your own. Do it the way that you want. Oh, by the way, for you guys that don't know, when the interruption came up saying I love you, when that one came up, that was actually something done through Tangia. Tangia is so fun. It's like, I don't even know what all is out there. And sometimes I see some things like, what in the world is happening on my stream? But that is something that you're able to trigger using, I need to put that on something. I think I'll put it on the red one. So this is one of the ends. So I'm going to put it on my red book. So I'm going to put it on that one. So it's going to be a red and purple book. But yeah, you can trigger different things for like 50 cents. And it's not anything that I created. I don't know what any of those things are until they pop up on the screen. But it is super fun. And I love it when you do that. And it does help support me. So like this one. So on Twitch, it does have some that are done by channel points, but there's also some that you can do from bits. And all of you guys that are on YouTube, you can, let me pop up that thing, if I can remember where it is.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important
Is it there?
message.
Yeah, here we go.
I love you.
So you
Now,
can go
back to
to
our
this
show.
link and be able to trigger other things on there, like what Mary tends to do. She's not here right now. She is in Vancouver, I believe. So she's out of town, and you know how it is when you go out of town. Sometimes internet is not functioning 100%. Okay, so there's our next book, and I need some more white. I didn't cut any more yet because I need more pages. We have lots of book pages. Oh my God. Dawn, really? So Dawn says, hi, Linda G. Thank you. It was a full 3 days of intense focus. Yeah. I need to get... Okay, I'm not going to say... I have to stop saying I need and start saying I want. I want to get a lot of projects finished up and recorded and then possibly edited and put up. I don't actually have to make videos with everything, but I want to because I like it. But I need to get a lot of stuff done and then start working again on my junk room. That's what I call the room that has overflow, because Todd's been basically cleaning up and getting rid of a bunch of stuff in his stuff that he's had in there for 20 years and that he has finally come to the conclusion that he's never going to use it. So why keep it? I don't have any kids. I've got a couple of stepdaughters that don't talk to me. One of them passed away, and then I've got my step grandkids. So I really don't have anybody that's really going to want my stuff. And I haven't seen my step grandkids in years, other than seeing them on Facebook. So why do I need to keep stuff that I'm never going to use? So I will be working on that again. You guys know that I did do some this year on it. And so I think I'm going to be doing some Happy Mail and giveaways and donating to Goodwill and different things for some stuff, so I don't have quite so much in my stash. So yeah, and I think part of where I'm going to start off with is folks that are members on in my new membership site. Whether you're a paid or a free one, if you're not already on there, I opened it up first off to all of the people that are YouTube members. So they got notification of being able to do that a couple of weeks ago. May have been more than a couple of weeks ago. I know it was before I went on vacation. And I've slept since then. So if you're interested in getting in on my new membership, that's going to be at spark.wjscraftingcorner.com. Terry says, I'll be happy to inherit it and then pass it along to my daughter. You're probably going to get some happy mail from me at some point, Miss Terry. Raffles would be great too. And you guys know that I was planning on doing a big event live stream marathon thing for reaching 7,500 subscribers on YouTube. That happened in June and I still have not done the thing. But we're now at 7,700. So we're getting into the holiday season, and the reason I didn't do it during the summer is because so many people were out of town, and yeah, it was people's fault that I wanted to have involved. So I don't know if and when I'm going to do that. At this point, I still want to do it, but I don't know when I'm going to do it. Okay, we have purple and red. Where's my other one that I put a spine on? I did do another spine on one. Or no, I didn't. Okay, here we have a red here. I'm going to put this red one on the brown, so we're going to have everything different. So I do still want to do that. I just don't know when it's going to be. And maybe I'll just push hard to get to the 10,000 mark. And you guys can help me with that. And then we can do a really big celebration. Or maybe I'll do something for my birthday too, because you know what? My birthday's coming up right after Halloween. Yeah. Okay, so we got 2 of them with spines. These guys don't need spines. We have one more that needs a spine, and I need it to be brown because we have brown. Yeah. I do want you guys to let me know what you think on all the things, though. I did also something I just did yesterday. I put a couple of... We should all do a swap exchange. I used to do swaps, and it was one of the places where I got a lot of inspiration, and it let me see what other people were doing, and not to let me feel what other people were doing. So when I say that I like it when my cards are substantial, that's where I got it from. It's like some cards I got felt really thin and kind of flimsy, and others felt really nice and substantial. And I've kind of copied some of some of the ideas from those for how I decided I like them. So you take the golden nuggets, take all the things that you decide that you like from folks that you've seen, and replicate it. That's kind of how I got started. But I have found that, especially if I do exchanges with people that I don't really know, I don't know what to do with the cards, you know? It's great to see all the things, but it's been a while. So I may do one of those. If that's something that y'all are interested in doing in our membership, yeah, let me know. And maybe I'll put that up as another poll. I did do a poll already talking about our next workshop that is coming up in only 3 weeks. I'm trying to do them on the second Saturday of the month. And for the month of August, I wasn't able to do that because we were out of town. Okay, Jen is wanting to swap supplies. That's called rack or random act of kindness. If you have stuff that you want to give to somebody, you could find a rack list and do that. Elizabeth has one. I have one through Discord. There is an area on Discord that says rack, so you can join that, and I can send you the list of folks. And Terry is bored, so she decided to do a Tangia dungeon. Okay, we have a bunch of books. Look at all our... Oh, you can't see the books. We have a bunch of books. We have some candles. Now I need candle flames. And I think I'm going to go ahead and just cut some of these out of the white and then do these with markers, because I want the wicks one color and then I want the candles another color. So I think that's going to work best for me. But you use what you have. And you know, I have been doing a lot with just using the colored cardstocks instead of doing a coloring. I have a lifetime of magic mats that I got for free. I haven't gotten, well, I think I've gotten a few of mine for free. But I also have got a ton, I've got several that have never been opened out of the packaging. I love the things. I know I'm going to use them up. I have 3 for my Scout, because I know that they will wear out over time, right? Okay. I don't want to lose any of the pieces for my candles. So we have this piece. This is the wick and candle flame. And then we have these pieces where you can... Actually, I see what they did here. It's where you didn't actually have to do it that way. I'm gonna go ahead and color up this one to show you how they work. And then I'm gonna cut out more and add them to my other candles. I love that this thing is so little I can just put it on my desk. Okay. So this one we want to be for the wick. Let me grab some of my markers. And these are all markers from, these are all Ohuhu. I think I want darker. Do I want, yeah, I'm going to go with this dark gray. So the part that's got the little circle at the bottom is the part where we're going to color it in for the wick. And you don't actually have to color the whole thing. You can do it with just part of the wick if you want. And if you use just one side of your paper, of your cardstock scrap, you can use the other side to cut more things out of. So let's add these wicks to our little, grab that one. I'm going to add these little wicks to the back of our glitter ones. And I just saw that there's a little bit of white right there that didn't cut all the way through. So I'm going to try to get that off of there. Because I don't really want to see it from the front, you know? And I'm going to use a black marker to clean that up because I told you I don't really want to see that little bit of white that is showing up on the inside of there. Okay, so now that is going to look great. Okay, that looks good. Where did oh, there's, I was thinking, where did I hide my tweezers? So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue to that circle. So they've added a little piece on here to make it easier to assemble. Putting it on there. And then I can put the circle right behind one of my candles like that. So now we've got the wick for one of them. I'm going to let that sit while I add a little glue onto this one. And I do have a second pair of tweezers. I also have a third pair of my Spellbinders ones, and I don't know where it went because it disappeared. Dang it. So there's the first step of our candles. So we've got the shape of our... Okay, that is so cool. I'm not sure what is cool, but maybe it is the candles? I don't know. And then for these little guys, we can do 2 different colors for our candle flames. So it cuts out 4 flames. We've got 2 that are solid for the back of it, the back color, just like in the picture. And then we have these. So you can do it either, there's a couple of different ways. You can either color the little dot there, the part that comes out, or you can color the part that stays on. Kind of like what we did with the, with our, I'm going to go with the bigger piece, by the way. Kind of like what we did with our skeleton yesterday. It's like instead of trying to glue down all the pieces that were cut out of the skeleton, you know, his bones, we put the white part on the background and then had the black part with the holes over the top. It made it a lot easier to put it together and have everything line up right. So that's what I'm going to do on these. So I need an orange and a red, and I'm going to go with orange for the back. I'm going to do the same way what they did on these flames. So I'm going to do orange for the back, and kind of makes different, but it kind of doesn't make sense. I'm going to do the orange on the back. This is kind of a burnt orange, to be honest. It does not look like what it says on the end. It's a little bit brownish. That's okay. So coloring those, and then I'm going to color the other parts, basically the loop, the outline for the bright part. I'm going to do that in some red. And what would work easier for you guys would be to cut them all out of colored cardstock so you don't have to color the things. But if you have markers and you don't have a lot of colored cardstock, you can always create your own. Hey, Miss Judy, I've missed you, hon. How you doing? Okay, we're going to go ahead and assemble this part on there, just adding a little bit of glue behind our little loop of red color. Put that onto the orange. So I basically tap it on there so I can pick up the color, and then I use my fingers to line everything up with the edges. And then we have a perfect little candle flame, and we're going to put that on top of our little candle flame there. Do I want to make those into the black flame candle? I think I do. Okay. I'm going to wait on this one. I need to cut another one out. So yeah, we're going to do this little flame is going to work on one of them. I'll put it in my little dish there. I'm going to go ahead and glue this one together and do the same thing. And then we're going to make a black flame candle like in Hocus Pocus. Although the black flame candle I don't think was glitter, but we're going to have ours as glitter. So we're going to use the glitter one as being 2 black flame candles. Stephanie says, yes, the black flame candle. Which means we're going to use black and gray for the candle flame because, you know, it did not actually burn regular color, right? Okay. So let's go with a couple of darker colors of gray. I need to cut some more of these out. And I could use... I'm going to try it. I don't know if it's going to work, but we're going to try it. And I know y'all don't know what I'm talking about, but you'll see in a second. Okay, got my white cardstock. I'm going to turn it over here because I'm going to color it gray. So this is the piece that's got the wick. Okay, so we're going to do that. Put that one there. And then this one, I'm going to have to cut it out twice because two colors. And one of them I'm going to try doing with glitter cardstock to make it a glitter frame. Glitter flame. I don't know if that's going to work, but we're going to give it a shot. And since I know that in order to cut this, I do need a paper shim, I'm just going to put that underneath part of it that's already partially cut out, and we're going to see if it cuts all the way through. It may or may not. I may have to do it a second time. That is okay. So we're going to try this. Okay, so Judy says, I'm back home for a few days. If it works, it'll be awesome. Yes. Thank you, Stephanie. Well, I'm sure I'll be able to cut it out, but I'm just hoping that I've got it cut out. That's crooked. That's okay. I don't need all of them, I don't think. See, I didn't quite cut it right, but that's all right. The part that I need are these with the little hole in the middle. That's the ones that I really wanted to be the glitter. And it didn't cut all the way through, so I'm going to have to run it through again. Okay, I'm trying to feel... When you're wanting to run it through a second time, you have to line the die back up with your previous cuts. And sometimes that takes a minute. So since I have these already, I'm going to go ahead and cut out more of our wicks. Because we know we're going to need more. So I'm putting that over the top of it. And then I'll put these down here. And we're going to run it through again. And hopefully this will give it enough. Hopefully it'll give enough pressure on the little flames. So I'm running it back and forth just on that first die for a minute. See, I haven't done the second one yet. Okay. Because glitter sometimes needs more pressure. Okay, so I have 2 more wicks. And I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles. So I've got 1. So I've got 2. So I need 3 more sets of wicks. Kitty. Okay, so this one popped out. One of the main flames, which I may not use. And only wanted to do partial. Okay. Gonna have to do it one more time. It did cut through part of it, but it didn't cut through all the way. And I might just have to turn it at a different angle. So I'm gonna turn it this way, and hopefully that will work. And we'll do another. We're gonna go ahead and do another set of our wicks. I have a feeling it also had to do with the angle that the cut lines are in for that. Go back this way. For the glitter. Okay, so we've got one more set of wicks. And then let's see if this cut through the rest of the way this time. I'm hoping. Because I'm getting tired of doing that one. It still is not cut all the way through yet. This little die does not want to cut that. I'm tired of doing it. I'm doing surgery. I'm just not a very good surgeon, because you know what? This is not rocket surgery. Okay, so I'm going to do the opposite of what my initial thought was. I'm going to use the bigger pieces. Not that one. That one's cut wrong. But these bigger pieces, and then I'm going to cut this again out of some... I hope you get on board with next year's Spellbinders Halloween box. Oh, yeah. That is my goal, yes. Of course, you're probably not talking to me, so that's okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and cut this out a couple more times. I wanted gray. I wanted black. I wanted regular black. Where's my regular black? Did I have a scrap over here? No, I did not. Here is a scrap that I can use to cut out some regular black. And I'm going to cut out another one of our wicks. And this time it should cut through fine, because you know what? It is on, it is regular cardstock, and that usually cuts through without a problem. Okay. Judy says, yeah, I was talking about myself. We missed the opportunity with everything else that's been going on since the middle of May. Understood, honey. Absolutely. And I want you to give big, big hugs to Ms. D again for me, and give yourself some big hugs for me too. Okay, so let's see how this is going to look with the flame, and see whether or not I need to do it in, where's the other flame? There it is. Okay, see whether or not I need to do it in gray instead of black. So I'm just taking out this piece so we can see what we're doing. Pop out the center. Pop out the center. Because two of them have got the little center that you can cut out. Yeah, I understand that. So Judy B says, I will tell her later when she wakes up. Her sleep schedule has been way off lately. Understood, honey. Yeah, been there, done that. Where'd it go? There it is. All right. So I have my little bitty pieces glitter. Okay, so that one's glitter, and then this one is matte. And I'm going to try putting the matte one over the glitter so it's got the glitter flame in the center. So it'll have matte on the outside and glitter on the inside. Not that you're really going to see it. Sometimes you can't really tell. But we're going to see. That's why I'm wondering if maybe I need to do this in gray instead of black. Okay. So you guys will have to tell me, because I should have enough time to still take that matte part off. Do I need to go with gray instead, or should we leave it like that? It is a detail that may be easy for someone to miss. Terry Cooper says, does anyone have problem with your fur kids trying to get into their crafting supplies? My Apollo is absolutely crazy over my cabinets I keep my cardstock stickers and scraps in. Yeah. Okay, Jen says gray. I'm thinking that may be right, because you really can't see the glitter or the... I mean, it just looks like black. And I'm thinking gray would probably work better. So that's what we're going to go with. But so that I don't lose my glitter bits, I'm going to go ahead and glue them down onto the candles. Can you lighten that one a little with a marker? It really depends on what marker you have, I think. I don't really think I've got anything. I do have some acrylic markers, but it's not going to really lighten it. It would basically change the color altogether. And I didn't really want to do that. I mean, you may remember I did that with the Raven And the jack-o'-lantern underneath it, the jack-o'-lantern had a black background, and I used a red marker to write on it to make the eyes red, to give them a little red piece in there. But that's where you put acrylic, which is an opaque marker over the top. The sorry guys, I think I cleaned to try to get rid of the dust, and that usually just kind of stirs all the dust up, so it is a thing. Anyway, if you use an alcohol marker over black, you're not going to see it because it is translucent. So neither way really lightens it. However, if you cut it out of white, you can make it whatever color you want. But here it is without, and I need to trim that a little bit because it didn't really want to cut straight. Let's see if I can do it on this side. And then I'll use my black marker to go over that little white bit on the edges too, because yeah, I don't really like that. But here are our glittery candles without adding any gray to it yet. So I can do that outline in the gray, or I can leave it as is. I mean, if you guys like it as is, I can leave it like this and we can just go on to the next candle. Hello, Miss Leslie. Thank you so much for popping in, hon. And we are actually running late ourselves. We did get started on time, and I kind of went crazy cutting out all the books and candles. So, yeah. Okay, Terry says the candles are perfect. So I'm going to leave them as is then. I'm going to go ahead and cut out some more of the flames in white, and then we can color those. Throwing away all the others. I kind of have a little bit of an idea. Just a little bit of an idea, and we're going to see how it works. Okay, so it looks like outline has been bad. And because I don't want to take so long coloring it, I'm going to color some of my cardstock, the colors that I want to use. And then we're just going to die cut over it. And do I need any more of my... I may, but I'm going to go ahead and just cut these first. I don't know what you've been doing so bad. Hello, Miss Jennifer. Welcome in. So Norma doesn't know what Adeline's been doing that has been so naughty, but every time she does the Santa check-in, every single time Santa says that she's been bad. I do like these candles. These are kind of cool. I like the flames. Terry Cooper says, Leslie, I thought the same thing. And Stevie Nicks' album Belladonna. What? I missed something. So apparently Leslie said something on Twitch that I don't know what was going on with. So I'm going to scroll. I have no idea what the comment was about. Oh, Bell Book and Candle. Great movie. Yep. When I think of the Bell Book and Candle, I think of oh, what was the name of that movie? It's a TV show. It's a series. It's not a movie, but it was. Oh, The Good Witch. I watched that not long ago. Adelaide says, I did the candles in almost the original colors. That's what I was thinking about. Adeline says, Jen, want to have some coal? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start putting together some of these flames, and then we can put them on some candles. Yeah, the thing is, I hadn't decided. Adeline says she did the candles in the original colors, and yeah, I get that, and I kind of almost did, and then I couldn't decide what colors I wanted to do, so I started saying different colors, and that's why we're still here. We have one candle, one or two. I know we have at least one candle flame. We have two candle flames done with orange with red. And I can do them reverse order too. Let me grab one of my little tools here. And I'm going to try just putting it on here. You can also just do the center instead of doing what I'm doing and putting the outline. You can do both ways with these dies, which I think is really cool. Come here. It may have worked better the other way. Yep. Come on. It's not wanting to get on there, and it's sticking to my nail. That's fun. So now, even though it's not on there straight, I'm going to make it go straight. And there we go. Another little flame. And be honest, it's where I had forgotten that I could do it like that. You need to go get ready for your visit with your chiropractor. We'll be back for tomorrow's installment. And yes, I am planning on going live at noon tomorrow. I need to figure out what do I want to do for the giveaway word. So before you run away, I'm going to say I want to be #join. So we're going to go ahead and start collecting comments on StreamYard. So if you want in on the giveaway for the card, even if you're not here, like Judy's about to leave, go ahead and type in #join in the chat to get in on the giveaway. And I'm going to wait to see and make sure that it actually works, because if it doesn't, then I'll have to do something else. But while I am doing these, I should probably put them all up in order, and then I can do them. Okay, is it not working? I told it to do it, but it didn't seem to start collecting anything. I am number 7. I did say #join. I said start collecting. It says we have 8. Okay, good. So it is working. So type #join in the chat if you want to get in on the giveaway. It's just been a little bit since I used that one. Regular color flames look cool too. Yeah, I know. They're all cool. You can do these any color you want to. So I have all of these are the wicks. So I do still have to color the wicks gray. And then I have some of my candle flames over here. So let me grab, which one was the gray that I was using? Welcome in, Miss Debbie. Have you been just lurking, hun? I bet she has. And these, I'm just going to color the part that is the wick. Like I said before, you could always cut these out of colored cardstock, which you saw that I've done some like that. Some things I am coloring the pieces up as I go. You could also use your inks to do this too. Beautiful day you were walking. This set has some tiny pieces. The tiny pieces are basically the flames and the ribbon bookmarks. That's it. The rest of them are decently sized. This is all what I'm working with right here is making lots of candles. Don't have to make this many candles, okay? You don't have to. but I kind of had trouble deciding what color candles I wanted to do, so I actually started making multiple. I've already cut out 4 sets of candles. One set is in some glitter that we also made, the candle flame black glitter. So this one is all done. And I think on these, I'm going to just put the little piece in the middle because I can. See, it cuts out the outside rim and it cuts out the center. So you can put your 2 colored candle flame together and you don't have to use them. You can use the center or you can use the outside rim to put your candle flame together. And that actually turned out easier. And do I have another? Okay, that was another red. I do not need another red. I need an orange. So here's an orange one. I'm going to just put that right in the middle there. I think what takes the most time out of all of this is just doing the candles. And I have 3 candle flames already done up here. I can go ahead and just pop those right on to our wicks. Yeah, hopefully tomorrow my sinuses won't be going crazy and I won't be coughing or anything like that. So, yeah, hopefully it'll be better tomorrow. After, like I said, I did do a lot of dusting today. Everything in here got dusted. Norma says she likes the pick. I don't even know where I got it from. I think I got it off of Amazon. I'll see if I can find it for y'all and then I'll add it to the supply list. But yeah, I love this one too. I've got a couple of different ones and it's basic. What you look for is one that's got a wax tip because that's what actually picks everything up. It's the same thing that they use for diamond painting. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put these onto most of them. I'm going to put 4 of them onto some of our candles to see how many more do I need to make. And now I'm kind of doing the assembly line method because once you know what you want to do, assembly line makes it so much faster. I think I need 2 more sets. This one I need to make, I actually need to make one that is red with orange and I need to make one that's orange with red. So that'll take care of the last 2 sets. Oops. All right. So pulling out our little scout again. Let's move these guys over. So I don't need any more of the wicks. The wicks are fine. I just need, looks like what I need is, I've got 1 more red there. I need another orange. Looks like I'm missing a couple that I made earlier, so that's fine. That's probably why I don't have enough. I'm going to take my white cardstock again, and we're going to color. Let's see, this piece is what color? Oh, there's another one. So that's one of the ones that's red, so it's going to match that. And then this one is probably orange. This one is not any color. That one's white. So that one didn't get colored. Okay, so what I need, I'm going to do a set of each. Let's do a little bit more. Where's my red? Here's my red. I don't know what Leslie is agreeing with. Did I say something smart? Probably not. So we're going to do another set that's going to be red in there, and then we'll do another set that is orange, and then we're going to put them all together. Other than that, all I really need is the sentiments, because we have not done the spellbound sentiment yet, and I kind of like that. And then we have been doing a lot this week of, we've been doing the sentiment and embossing, and I kind of want to do that again too. So I have 2 red inner flames and 2 red outer flames. Come on out of there. And I know I am off camera. Sorry about that. Okay, so we're going to do one more die cutting with that. And then what color should we have the sentiment spellbound in? I think I kind of want that in purple. I don't have any purple on there, so I need another piece of purple. I'll have to find it. Maybe I'll go with some purple glitter cardstock. That would be pretty. But then you're not going to see the words. Terry! Okay, so Terry did a quote. She added a quote saying, did I say something smart? Probably not. So glitter cardstock will make it so that you can't see the actual word on there. So we want, this is imprinted into the cardstock, and you're not going to be able to see it in the glitter. I haven't decided on the background either, Miss Jen. Kind of thinking maybe using one of this. Oh, I think I may have to use the spider web. I've got a couple of spider web ones that I really like. Let me grab a piece of purple from my purple bag. Stephanie says purple or bright orange. Well, I also still need to stamp the sentiment onto the Magic and Mischief Await. I need to stamp that one out and emboss it. So, but I do kind of like this banner, and I want to do the banner too. Leslie says metallic paper. Yeah, metallic paper would look awesome too, but I kind of think I know which background I kind of want to use. And Norma says spider webs are cool until you have to clean them from your house. I know. So you can see the words there because they are basically imprinted in, kind of like what the Better Press does, or using an embossing folder. So it's kind of debossed in there. So we're going to use that. And it's good. That one's going to be subtle because, yeah, it's a dark purple cardstock. So what are you lolling about, Deb? Okay, let's get this one up and out of the way. Purple spider. Jen, you read my mind, honey. You read my mind. I probably gave it away when I said, ooh, I think I know which one I want to use. And we were talking about purple glitter. So Jen was in my workshop on Saturday. And I have this little tray. Didn't make a ton of backgrounds, but we did make a few. The workshop on Saturday was all about adding texture to your cards. So this is one that I'm going to use a little ghost on. I haven't done it yet. Here's some of the other ones. This one I love. I love this one. But the one we're talking about is one of the ones using the Scrappy Tales stencil. I think it was from last year. And I'm thinking I want to do this one in purple. I think that would be fabulous. She says, orange frame for the sentiment. Yeah, I could do that same color orange and emboss over the top of it like in black or something. But I'm thinking I might want to do this. So we can have our books. And I may not use any of the... I will stack them better if I stack them. But kind of have a stack of books on one side. And maybe have... some candles arranged with our black flame on top, or black flame on top of the books. Not sure, but I kind of want to have this one kind of as the focal. You can't really see it. Everything's so dark. I may have to save this one for another. Okay, I'm going to take away the black ones. I'm going to have to save those for another card. And I think I'm going to have to use the purple, the red, and the white, because otherwise you're not going to see them against that fabulous background. Okay, let me put together these guys first. Come here. Yes, I talk to my paper. Do you talk to your tiny... and do you talk to your tiny die cuts? Do you talk to them? Okay, there we go. That one. And then I'm going to add a little bit of red in the middle. And yes, I did finally remember. Oh yeah, the day 7 is basically covering up everything I'm doing over here. So y'all didn't get to see what I was doing. Not that you really need to see much, because it's just piling dies on top of each other. And I just realized I need to have a space behind the 7, and because it's doesn't really look right. Okay, so now I need the one that is in the red. That's another orange. I need the red. Here's a red one. So we're going to put that on our last wick. And then we're going to put the little orange flame in the center there. Okay, so now we have 3 of those. And then I'm going to go ahead and put the little bit of glue on the back where the flame should go. I do like that little circle that they put there, because that makes it so easy to put everything right where you want it. So easy. Now, if you decided to cut these out like I did in multiple colors, you could also layer up the pieces. So where the cut lines are, you could cut those and then layer them with whatever colors that you want to do. You can also use, and I just pulled some of it out, but I'm not going to use it today. You could use some of the different pastes that Ranger has, the Tim Holtz pastes, because those are cool. Okay, that candle flame is not exactly straight, but that is okay. So we have 3 candles. And the purple one's really not that visible, but I don't think I'm going to use all of those. So next what I'm going to do, since I've got all the pieces, I'm going to clean up some of this mess. Gathering all of my little flames. Because you know what? I can use those on another card. Yep. Gathering up my extra flames, and we're going to go ahead and trim this down so we can have our background in. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a black, we're going to use a black card base. No, we're going to use a white card base like I've been doing. I need to make a card base. White card base, black matte, and then purple. So that's what we're going to do on this one. And I want to go ahead and remind y'all that if you want to get in on the giveaway, type hashtag join to do that. We will be doing the giveaway in just a few minutes because it's already 1:30 and I need lunch. Put Jack behind and it'll pop. But I don't want to cover up too much of the glitter, you know? I want that the background is fabulous. I love the background. And that's probably one of the hardest parts for me to do when I'm doing my cards is like if I've got a fabulous background, I don't really want to cover it up, but you need to. You need to cover up at least parts of it. And sometimes just that fabulousness is what the card actually needs, you know? We're going to use our decal trimmer again, just like we did yesterday. I probably did the day before. I'm probably going to do it on a lot more of my cards. So the first two sides, I'm just cutting it real close to the edge. Hello, Miss Mona. Welcome in. So right now, StreamYard is saying that there are only 8 entries. I have a feeling that it's a bit off because it's also not updating as we go. So I don't know. And it took me refreshing the screen to get it to show the rest of them the last time. Okay, so now I'm trimming it down by 1/4 inch on 2 sides, and that's going to give us our 1/8 of an inch all the way around. Like this. Like this. And then we're going to do the same thing with our spider web. First thing, this edge has got a little extra white that I don't really want, so I'm going to cut that one first. And then we're going to just trim a little bit off of these 2 sides. Because we need this one to be 5 by 3 3/4. I'm going to cut the other side. So now I'm cutting it down to 4. Let's do this other side to cut it down to 3 3/4. It's kind of where I don't really know where I want the center of my my center of my web to be. And that looks close. I have a feeling I've been cutting things a little bit wrong because I've got 1/8 of an inch on 2 sides and a little bit more than 1/8 of an inch on the other. I'm going to trim this down a little bit more on there. Maybe I'm just measuring wrong. So that's 5 by 3 3/4. Yeah, so it's like yeah, decal edge is great for Halloween. It's for any time you want anything distress. So I could just do red book and then I don't really want those to be matching colors. Come on. Well, I can do red book. I can do a little stack. Red book, brown book. Which way does this go? This goes this way. Purple book. And then I think I'm going to do red again. So I'm going to do just 4, I think. And then we'll put that up there. And then I think I'm going to put the brown book over here on the edge just by itself, I think. And then, do I want to do a second candle? Do we want 1 candle or 2? Stephanie said, nah, put candles on it. I'm not sure when that one was compared to what I was doing, but I'm kind of thinking 2 candles. We could do Spellbound. I can't use the Spellbound because you can't see it. You really can't see it. But I can put the other sentiment up near the top. Okay. think this is what we're going to do. Yeah. And I just noticed, I didn't notice this the first time, but when you put them on the book correctly, the last drips actually go around the outside of the book. So that I think is cool. So I'm going to start at the top and glue my little candle onto the red book. Could do this one onto purple. Do I want to do it on purple? I think you're not going to be able to see the purple. Yeah, you're not going to be able to see the purple. Okay, it's going on to the brown. Okay, glue. Where did I put my glue? Oh, it's right here. Thank you so much, Stephanie. And I just heard something in my house. I was like, wait a minute, Todd's not home. What is that sound? It's my Roomba. So we've got that, and then we can start gluing all of our books together. Wait. Okay, so these are actually lined up on top. No, that was the wrong one. Because I decided on 4 there. Why did I wind up with another book? I put this one on the wrong book. Okay. This book may go... Let's see. We'll have to see if that actually stays glued, if that looks okay. I may put a different candle on there. I don't know. I wanted this one on this book. Yeah, the books look awesome. And if I remember correctly, there were some other, there was a while back, another collection. I think it was for, I think it was one of the clubs, but I'm pretty sure there was another collection of books, another collection that has books on it that are bigger, but I think would work great with this. So always pull out what you have and try mixing and matching. Yeah, sometimes I go a little crazy and start doing way too much die cutting because, yeah, sometimes I only use a few of the things and I don't use all of them that are in a set, and then sometimes I go wild and use everything and use multiples. You never know what you're going to get here. And I do love this background, though. Okay, so there we have our stack of books with the candles on top. That's going to have, guess what it's going to have on it? I am going to put it on some foam. Yes. Okay, so again, be sure to get in on the giveaway if you haven't already done so. Type hashtag, I'm having trouble saying, not saying exclamation point, but type hashtag, yes, there's the foam, thank you. So be sure to use hashtag join to get in on the giveaway. Let's do, I think I want to do it on white cardstock to go along with all the white that's in there. So let's get out our MISTI. And we are almost done. For tomorrow, I am going live at noon again for day 8. Yeah, for day 8. And I'm also going live at 5 p.m. Eastern. We're going live with Elizabeth Costa Rogers for some more Halloween crafting. Don't know what I'm using yet for that. I have a couple ideas, but I don't know for sure. And so that's going to be for tomorrow. If you are a member on my channel, where is the one I want to use? If you're a member on my channel, you go ahead and join us at 4:30. I will be doing our, that's tomorrow. I will be doing our members only live stream pre-show at 4:30 Eastern tomorrow. Okay, let's use this. And I'm going to be smart this time, put it in the corner. Because yesterday I was not able to, if I had wanted to be able to, ooh. No, this one would not go good with a rainbow. I'm not going to do that one. What color? I'm thinking I want to stamp it in purple because we do have a lot of purple, but leave the outline white and maybe do a little bit of orange around the edge. So let's use some 100% juice. And before I forget, I need this. This is my anti-static powder tool from Rabbit Hole Designs. I need to check and see whether or not I added it to my supply list because I don't remember off the top of my head. Oh, okay, yes. Sandy, we're not able to use, I'm not able to use what I usually use for giveaways. So today we're doing hashtag join to enter the giveaway. That's because I'm having to go back and use StreamYard. Yeah. You love the 100%. Christina says she loves the 100% juice color, so she needs to get it. Yeah, it's a purple that's got a little bit of a reddish tone to it, so it's a warmer one than the other purple. I like them both because, yeah, did you guys know that I love all things Simon Hurley? Well, not all things, most things Simon Hurley. And I love him to death. He is the sweetest person. He is absolutely the sweetest person. So I'm going to add some clear embossing powder over the top so that this is going to be embossed. You don't have to, but I kind of like that raised, and we've been doing that on a lot of our cards lately. And I'm not going to be adding the gold splatter like I did on a couple of other cards because this background really doesn't need it. Another thing about the embossing, because it is a plastic, it seals that color in. I think that works out pretty cool. Okay. Let me get this stuff out of the way. If I put things away as I'm using them, then it's very possible I won't wind up getting that anxiety of having too much stuff out. There it is. We have a zombie! Okay, so I'm also going to use my decal trimmer. And I think I had an idea yesterday. I think that if you did decal on both of the ends and straight down on the other side, it would look more like a wooden sign or painted wooden sign. I think it would. I'm not going to do that on this one though. I'm going to do it all decal because I can. But I think that's a good idea for if you're wanting to do a wooden sign kind of sentiment, but you don't have the dies to do it with. Magic and mischief await. And then somebody said that they thought we needed some orange, so I'm going to grab out some roar. And I'm going to go around the edges with my roar. So yes, I'm using the Stellar ink and I'm using... Actually, I'm going to just use the... I'm going to use the other. I'm going to show you why I'm deciding to use just the ink pad, just the foam pad. When I try to use this with the felt pad, it only gets the highest up pieces. I don't know if you guys can see that. See how it only gets those peaks? With the foam pad, I'm able to push it in and pick up a little bit of ink all along the edge, including those parts that are a little down. So I'm pretty sure I have an orange in here. Where's my orange? Here's my yellow. Here's my guppy. I have guppy. And the Stellar ink, which is a foam pad. So there's another reason to use different types for different things. So now I've got that orange line all along the edge. Now, one thing that the felt pads do really, really, really well is if you want to give like a wood grain kind of look, doing a scraping of it, it basically puts a different kind of a texture. It basically gives you a texture with just the ink pad. If you use a foam pad, it's going to put a bigger solid swatch of color down. So you have reasons to do both different types of ink pads. Okay, gonna go ahead and start putting this together. We're almost done. Where did I put it? There it is. It's like, where did I put the stuff to put together? And I'm also going to use my new Pearblossom Press T-Square. The A7 has jigs for 3/4 and 1/8 of an inch mats. If you cut everything correctly, which I don't always do, especially with the decal trimmer. With the decal trimmer, if for some reason it shifts more for me, and that's probably just user error. So I'm lining it up inside the jig. So this is basically going up against, there's a little ridge in there on both sides. I'm lining up on there. And then I'm going to place my paper down right up against the edge. And even if the rest of it's not perfect, it will be right. Hello, Jack. It will be right on the two sides. These two sides are right. These two sides are not because this side was not cut correctly. I'm working on it, guys. I am. I promise. I think I want a thin layer of foam for this. Where did I put the foam when I was putting things away? There we go. Yeah, I have to keep moving my keyboard. It needs to go over here. I have a keyboard stand, so why not use it, right? Okay, it's put away. So last call for the giveaway, because I will be drawing as soon as this is done. And you do have to enter on the YouTube side. Yeah, that big noise that you just heard was my Roomba emptying everything out. Okay. Isn't that pretty though? I love this one. Could do it this way. So hello to Danielle and to Ellen. Welcome in. If you'd like to get in on the giveaway to win my card, type into the chat #join. We're not doing ghosts today. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for that. Roomba, I am jelly. Now, yeah, my mother-in-law loves me, so she has gotten us different tools and toys and things. I've got some of my crafting supplies I've got because of her.
I love you. Now, back to our show.
Actually, since this one is 1/4, I could do it on this side because it'll be all the way to the edge. Yeah, so that is basically 1/8 plus 1/8 is 1/4, so I can put that in right there. And now that one is perfect. Fabulous. And now we can put a little bit of foam behind our guys here. And this is actually this perfect width for my sentiment. Magic and mischief await. And I am kind of afraid of refreshing my screen on StreamYard because I don't want to lose all of the folks that have typed into it. Because, I mean, that would just mean I'd have to make y'all do it again. I don't really want to have to do that. But right now it's still showing just 8, and I know that that is wrong. Okay, so that looks good. Foam is life. Absolutely. Oh, I would love for you guys to give me a hand, though. I am planning my next workshop. I think I started talking about this at the beginning of the stream. I don't remember. But I am doing that, and I put up a poll to decide, to help me decide what to do our next class in, or our next workshop in. And because that's going to be in only 3 weeks. So my thoughts on it is I want to do Halloween, and I'm wanting to know, do you guys want light up card, interactive card, or pop up? I think are the 3. But there is basically a poll on the YouTube channel in the community tab. There is a poll over on my Crafting with Debbie Facebook group and in the EDU Facebook group. So if you want to do the poll on any of those, right now light up card is in the lead. And I just put this up yesterday, but I will be making my decision in the next day or 2 and sending out the announcement email so people can go ahead and sign up within the next few days. So I would love for you guys to put that one, put what you want. You know, what do you think? Tell me what you want, what you really, really want, and then I hope that you will come and hang out with us during the workshop. You also have a couple of different options for purchasing the workshop. One is the regular way, going through the EDU website, and the other is by going through the new membership site, Spark, as in Spark Your Creativity. That one, basically that one is on a subscription, but the subscription plan is, it's kind of a 3 different, there are different layers of it. One is monthly, quarterly. It is either monthly, quarterly, or annual, so you can decide which one you want to do. And I'm going to put my little guy here. Love it. Also thinking what would look really cool on this would be some glossy accents, but I don't have glossy accents. I think I still have my stuff from, I think I've got a different brand. I wonder if the Maker's Magic would work. I don't remember if it's gloss or if it is matte, but that would be fabulous if it works on this. Because, yeah. But I'm thinking we might want some shine, glossy shine on our candles. So let me look real quick. It is gloss. And I don't know how long it takes to dry, so I will definitely be setting it to the side, but I think I'm going to actually use the little brush. I think I have a silicone brush over here. Something. I'm going to use a little brush to put that on just the candles. This is pumpkins. This is okay, Christina says, I want pop-up because I don't have lights and I can probably replicate a pop-up. Well, another fun thing for you guys that don't already know, if you're thinking about joining my free membership, there is a free class that was held previously on the membership that is a Halloween theme, and it is the dancing card one, using some of the Spellbinders products from a couple of years ago, which I still have all of my dancing characters and I love them. And you guys got to see that yesterday's video. If you saw yesterday's live stream, we used a die that was not designed to be a dancing card and made it into one using the new Snap and Spin. Snap and Slide from Pearblossom Press. So if you want to take that class for free, join my membership. Go to spark.debbiejayscraftingcorner.com and click on the link that says that you're not a member yet. So you either have to log in or go to the member or go to that side. Yeah, words. I can't do that. Words suck. Oh, that's cool. I'm gonna put this up at the top. Let me make sure it's straight. There we go. And it needs to be lower. Okay, I think that is not straight. I'm glad that the T-square is a little bit flexible. But don't break it, okay? Come on, there we go. Right there. Now it's straight. Okay. So there is the card. I will add some shine to the candles and then that one will be done. But we need to go ahead and do the giveaway and I need to clean up this mess. I have another mess. Okay. So let me get to... I don't know if the screen is actually going to display correctly, so we're going to see. Yes, it did. So here is the page on StreamYard. It is still saying that there's only 8 people in. I can go ahead and refresh it. I think I'm going to do that. Fingers crossed that it doesn't do anything weird. It's probably going to tell me I need to pick it again. So let me pick it again. We have day 7 and we had hashtag join. I'm hoping it's going to say that we had more. This now says that there's only 7. Okay, I'm going to say real quick, guys, go ahead and type in hashtag join again. And I'm going to give you like 30 seconds and then I'm going to go ahead and draw and hopefully it's going to work correctly. I will. That's one of my plans for today. I will get this thing fixed. I probably have to reinstall the Chrome extension that I use for giveaways. Which is probably why this is not working, is because it has to be reinstalled. But we were live when I saw that there was an error, that there was an issue, because that was when I'm trying to turn it on so that y'all can have your, so that y'all can have all of the fun things like the giveaway, and the emote wall and the things. That's what I was trying to do at that point, and unfortunately, it didn't work. Hey, Jenny G. Welcome in, honey. Yeah, type in hashtag join to get in on the giveaway, and I do not know why it is not showing up as the number of entries on there, because I know that there's more. Okay, do I have anything over here for me to use as a brush for this stuff? I'll use this one. This is a cheap Contemporary Crafts. Before I do that, I'm going to do it on some regular cardstock to see what it looks like. I do like that shine. I think that's going to work. Okay, I do see that the chat's not moving anymore, so I'm thinking that we're probably ready to go. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and hit the button. Y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Somebody say ready. I'm waiting. Somebody decided to do ghosts instead. That was Miss Leslie. And then Stephanie says ready. Okay, so I'm going to do the drum roll. And the winner is... Sandy Matula. Sandy, you won, honey. Okay, so I just put into the chat the form to fill out. So go ahead and fill out that form. It's also at the top of the description box on YouTube. So go ahead and fill that out for me, and I will get this out in the mail for you. Not today. Probably not this week, because I have been showing all of the cards that are part of the giveaways. Everybody's been winning them. I've been showing those off every day. So I just did a little test on here, and this is just the cardstock that we colored with markers, and there is the shine just using a brush. I think that's going to look really cool on the candles. What do y'all think? So I think I'm going to add that to the candles. I'm going to do that real quick because it doesn't take long. And this is not going to have that real fun texture that you get with, this is basically going to lay flat on there instead of being bumped up like what you have with whatchamacallit, with glossy accents. But this is going to be really cool. I never thought about doing this. I've had this sitting here since Creativation. When I met Evan, who is super nice. I hope that you guys have been watching some of his videos. But he's a he was actually, I think he still is a firefighter, and he developed the scorch marker. And I do need to do some projects with that sometime soon, so that would be fun. So now we have a shiny candle. So shiny, waxy candle. Okay, you guys have a wonderful day. I'm not gonna do this yet. We have to do credits first. So credits first. I want to say thank you to all of our channel members. Why is it not popping up on there? Okay, channel members and all the folks that have participated. Oh, I know why. Because this is also run through I forgot. The roll credits is also something that is using the Social Stream Ninja, so it's not actually working correctly. So I do want to thank all of you guys, though. You guys all rock. I love all of you, and I will see you again tomorrow morning. Well, tomorrow at noon, and not morning. I will see you tomorrow at noon, and we will make another card using, or something. We'll make something using the next item in our box, which is going to be day 8. I kind of want to finish this before I hit the button. But anyway. I also had another idea. You could always emboss these. You could do heat embossing on these characters and then put on these things and then do some drips with that too. That would be cool too. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys tomorrow at noon. Bye, guys.